I, never would have thought that I would get cancer at my age. So, the whole time this happened, I just thought, man, stomach ulcers are really awful to deal with. Like, I never realized how terrible they were until, obviously it was cancer causing the symptoms. My symptoms started when I was pregnant with my daughter. A lot of stomach pain. She was born 5 weeks early, kind of unexpectedly. I suspect that was probably just related to my poor health. Symptoms just didn't get better. I saw my doctor about it. We did some lab work. About 4 months after I had my baby, my hemoglobin was super low. My doctor phoned me and told me to head to the hospital for a blood transfusion. While I was there, I spoke to a GI doctor and he wanted me in for an endoscopy the next day. He saw 3 stomach ulcers. They were bleeding. They took biopsies. It came back positive for H. pylori, negative for cancer. So I took the antibiotics. I had a follow-up endoscopy a month later, more biopsies. The H. pylori was cleared up. It was still negative for cancer, so that was great. Felt good for a few months, and then I started kind of getting the same symptoms again, vomiting after meals. My hemoglobin was dropping again. This time my doctor was kind of more concerned about it and ordered an endoscopy again. I had the endoscopy, they took biopsies. The biopsies is what came back with cancer at that time. First step was get a CT scan. The CT scan at that time didn't show any spread outside of the stomach. The step after that was an exploratory laparoscopy. He didn't see any cancer outside of the stomach. We based the treatment plan on that, which was the standard 4 FLOT, gastrectomy, 4 more FLOT. I did 4 rounds of that. And so I had the gastrectomy. That went all good, recovered, and then I started my chemo again. And then I finished treatment December 2023. Technically, I was NED for a year, but I know that I probably wasn't. Basically, as soon as I was recovered from chemo, I felt symptoms coming back. I just still had lots of pain and issues, and it didn't feel right. And it was a big surgery, so a lot of the time I just kind of shrugged it off as changes to my body after a big surgery like that. I had what I suspected was a bowel obstruction. They did a CT scan. They didn't really see much. They recommended a colonoscopy. The GI doctor saw a stricture in the sigmoid colon. The biopsies with that showed something called ischemic colitis, which is a lack of blood flow to the colon. The colorectal surgeon I saw was suspicious, and he wanted to take deeper biopsies. And yes, those biopsies came back positive for the same gastric cancer. The reason it wasn't found is because it was growing from the peritoneum down. PET scan actually was inconclusive, so I was referred to my oncologist again, and he said, okay, it looks like your cancer might only be in the colon. I think the best course of treatment here is just to do surgery and remove it and kind of hope for the best. I was interested in having HIPEC. I found a HIPEC surgeon. So she said, I'm gonna resect this colon. If I see any more cancer in there aside from the colon, she was gonna remove it and do the HIPEC. When she opened me up, she found it basically everywhere. None of this showed on any scans. It was too much that she couldn't even resect it to do the HIPEC. She fixed the stricture, but that was all she could do. She found it in the ovaries, the uterus, cervix, peritoneum, bile duct, and of course the colon. So that was devastating. Like, we had just no warning that it was in all of those places. Back to oncology, and we started chemo in May. And that's kind of where I'm at now. My HIPEC surgeon did say, like, surgery isn't off the table. So if by chance, chemo worked really well, surgery is still a possibility. So that's where I'm at, trying to, just get through treatment and hope that something works well enough that I can become a surgical candidate again. Advocate for yourself. You have to, especially if you're a younger person, nobody's going to take you seriously. So you have to just advocate for yourself. If something doesn't feel right, demand somebody pay attention to that. Ask questions. Be involved in the stomach cancer community, because I've learned a lot just from being in groups. So, educate yourself. Education on this is so important. Keep up to date on the types of treatments that are out there. Like, just learn as much as possible and advocate for yourself. I just want more time. I'm not naive to my situation. Obviously, I would love some miraculous thing to happen, but ultimately, I just want more time with my family. Gastric cancer doesn't get enough funding. I don't think there's enough research. It's not a cancer that is really heavily focused on, I don't think. And I think we need to do better for gastric cancer patients and spend more time and money on research, because there's excellent treatments for other types of cancers. A lot of them are very curable because of all the attention and funding and research. And gastric cancer just doesn't have that. So I think that's where we need to go, is just throw more money at it so we can help people like me.